1460 WVOX.
Stay tuned now for the Racing for Heroes radio show with host Brett Morash on 1460 WVOX.
Hey, Racing for Heroes fans, it's Brett Morash. We are back on the air this week, and we won't be here next week because we'll be down in Alton, Virginia for the Thanksgiving Jamboree, which if you're interested, it's going to be an entire day of fun on the track. Show up. It's $200, all you can drive, Patriot course, off-road, a little bit of something for everyone. Work off those Thanksgiving calories as much as you can. All right. So our first guest really needs no introduction, but we will anyway. It's Tim McCreadie from the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. He drives the number 39 Paler Motorsports Racing for Heroes car, and he just won the Lucas Oil Championship. So excited to have him. Tim, how are you doing, man?
Not bad, man. Thanks for having me back.
No, we're super glad to have you back. Obviously the king of New York there, we're very proud of you down here in New Rochelle, and I'm sure, all your fans are equally excited.
Yeah, it was a great year. You never really know how it's going to end. You always have great expectations, and we're looking to do the best we can. But this year was special. We were able to knock down my first title in probably 10 plus years. So it was pretty cool, especially being from New York. It's a little different. There's nobody from way up north doing what I do. So to be able to go down there and show some of the southern teams and the southern drivers that we're pretty good up here is extra feather in my cap.
Yeah, well, it's amazing. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it was really about consistency on the track this year, where you showed up and you just had some great showings.
Yeah, I mean, we won more races last year and won some bigger ones too this year. We just figured, how do we fix this? We had like a month lull where we were struggling last year, and that kind of decided the point title, and we finished second again, which I think we were second the last 2 or 3 years. So for us to get better, we just knew we had to try to smooth things out and aim for better than a bunch of wins and a bunch of 15ths, and that's kind of how it went out. We dialed back maybe some nights where you didn't just take an extreme move to make an extreme mistake. So all in all, for this Paler Motorsports team and Donald and Gina, I couldn't ask for a better year and a better team. The future looks great, and especially Racing for Heroes on board and all of our other major sponsors. We're excited. Yeah, we're looking forward to next year too. But I think just some of the statistics I was looking at. So it's like there's a 38 race season this year, so pretty grueling. I think even with all the COVID stuff, that's pretty good. And during that, you had 31 top 10 finishes, and then 26 top 5 runs. Yeah, like I said, you try to. Usually, it's weird. Usually, the team that, and I think we were second in wins, which is great. Like I said, and you always aim for the first spot on the podium. That's what you're looking for, and we weren't able to do it as much, but we had a lot of timely wins, like where it looked like maybe Jonathan Davenport or some of the other teams were gaining some steam, and we just picked up. It wasn't like we won our five or eight races right off the bat. It was kind of spread out through the season, and really, what was personally for me maybe the most proud of our team was the fact that when the wins came, it was right when all you heard was a lot of noise of, well, here they come, here comes the other teams. We've been running second and third a lot, and these guys win 2 out of 5, and then we'd knock one down. So I really thought, because that's when a lot of teams might fold or have issues, and I thought we just banded together as a race team, and we're able to come out on top. Like I said, for me personally, this is probably one of the most magical years I've had ever, just because as you get older and you race as much as I have, you don't really look for championships as much as you used to, just because you just know your level. I feel like it's not like we couldn't win championships. It was just the fact that the team I used to drive for and the way we ran things, we were more into let's knock down as many wins as possible for the big money paycheck. And this was a very awesome year to be able to do both. And that's makes us excited for next year. Maybe we finally found the path, maybe string some more together. Yeah. What did you really think you did different between last year and this year, though? Was just team dynamic or same folks, just different way of doing it? I really think a lot of it is obviously Donald and Gina, my owners. They're amazing people, and they've only been associated with me for 3 total years, and 2 as team owners. This is their second year as the owner of our team, and they just had a different vision and a different way of doing things than what I was used to. And for a guy like me, it's hard to give up total control of everything, because I was used to making every decision pretty much down to where we were going to eat during the day. So when you're on the road driving around, well, they come in and they have a fresh perspective. Donald raced his whole career too. He has an understanding of what it takes to win, and he just put us in place. He put the pieces in place, and just him and Gina pointed us in a very positive direction. And I just think the way we were doing things years ago just probably wasn't exactly the right way. Obviously, looking back makes it easy. So these guys have been
right.
great owners to drive for, and they strive for success, even a 5th. They find good in a 5th, a 6th, and sometimes for me personally, it was like, well, there you go, we're a 5th. And they would find a lot of good in every one of our runs. And I think that was just a positive for the whole team.
Yeah, and I think that's really when I think of like even my experience in the military or even at Racing for Heroes, it's really that kind of team perspective where it's like that consistency and just constant drive for, knowing yourself and knowing where you can kind of land.
Yeah, exactly. Like and I'm not saying the teams I drove for were bad. I always felt like I think that I had to always be 110 all the time. And if there's an issue, don't worry about it. We'll overcome it in a 50-lap race or 100-lap race. And with their approach, the Donald and Gina's approach is everybody's a piece in the whole puzzle, and the pieces are all the same size if things are going right. And that's the way it's supposed to be. And that's kind of how we worked it out. I don't always have to be at my best, and which is nice because I've been doing this for a long time, and I really have always put 100% of the blame on myself on everything I've ever done, because I feel like, well, like if I'm just better next time behind the wheel, these other things that maybe are holding us back, whether it's financially or just decisions made in setups, they'll go away. And they've come in and changed that dynamic to let's make everybody as good as we possibly can be. That way, nobody has to be 110 or 150% all the time, because it's just not feasible. And like I said, I owe a lot to them. I mean, I don't know what I would have done if they didn't come along and take over ownership.
Well, it's sort of like the Beatles, right? Like none of them are like amazing artists by themselves, but together they're like one of the greatest bands of all time. So you're like the Beatles of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Well, I mean, that's pretty lofty. I wish hopefully we can finish out and have the same career at the end like they did. So it's I just think it's a better way of doing things. I think if you put enough people in a position to succeed, and they're all pushing the rock up the hill together, it just gives us a better opportunity. I mean, not one person can carry an entire race team, and no matter how good we believe we are. I mean, I'm sure whether you're Mario Andretti or AJ Foyt, they probably sometimes thought, hey, I'm doing it all, but you really never are. So at the end of the day, for me, it was I had to let down my guard a little bit, just say, okay, look at we have Kevin Rumbly involved, and Phil, my crew chief, and JC and Jeff, and these guys have ideas, and let's just take some of these ideas and see how they blossom. You can plant a lot of flowers and see which one looks the best. That's kind of how we've done things, and it worked out really well. Like I think sky's the limit. I think we're truly just scratching the surface of what kind of team we can be.
Well, I'll tell you, Tim, I will say that we're all looking forward to the future, because next year we're looking for great things. In fact, I was going to wear my T-Max sweatshirt today for Racing for Heroes Radio, but my daughter actually snagged it. I went to school this morning with it. So she likes it because it's like, we're down here in New Rochelle. So she likes like the King of New York thing on the back. So next time I catch up with the Bratchers, I'll have to get another sweatshirt. But no, listen, but thanks for that. And then, but what about next year? So same car, same team, right?
Yeah, we'll keep our cars in the Longhorn stable as the Longhorn chassis house car team, and we'll build new equipment. We're looking into building some new cars, and I was actually yesterday and the day before trying to plot out. The schedules have been out for a little bit. I'm just trying to put them down on the calendar just to see when I can test, because for us, I think it's been a big thing is to be able to not slow down during the off season, and let's not rest on what we did. Like I said, the year before, I think we won 2 or 3 $50,000 to win shows, a lot of figures back into points. And by January December 20th, we were out testing again. So
Gotcha.
that's what we're looking to do. We're gonna try to test, hit it hard this winter, and see what we can push forward. Because my dad said it best, told me several times that you're sitting there and you're happy and everybody's thumbs up, and next thing you know, there's a guy in the shop that's working every bit as hard as I am, or maybe even harder, trying to knock you down. So
yeah, for sure.
we got to keep our foot on the gas, so to speak, and try to get better and do it all over again.
Wait, and how is Barefoot Bob doing? He doing well?
He's all right. I mean, he has health issues, some lung issues and some things like that. So he doesn't get out as much as he would like to. But like I've said before several times, anytime I have any issues about anything in life, he's the first person I want to talk to about it, because he's so much smarter than me at racing, and he was so much better than I am. So that's good too. So at the end of the day, he's just got a good outlook on things. And like I've always said, I'm very fortunate that I got to eat dinner and live with the dude that was my hero. So I've got a very unique and great life.
Well, I was looking at his Wikipedia page. He's got like 26 championships. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, we would talk about things, and I think he averaged like 25 or 28 wins a year for his career. And so there was a lot of nights like if you didn't win, it wasn't really a good ride home. So the seconds were okay, maybe the thirds, but boy, anything after a win usually was long 4 hours or 6 hours ride home in the truck. So that's kind of how I was taught. I was taught, let's do this. Winning's everything. Let's do it all. It's all about being number one.
Gotcha.
And I think I've had to learn to dial it down a little bit over the years, just because it's a different world. We don't live in a world where you can just be mad and miserable and try to fire people up by being angry. Sometimes you need to fire them up by just being a good coach and getting them charged up.
Well, that's some sage advice right there.
Yeah, I mean, I had trouble learning that for a while, but now with Donald and Gina and this whole team, I really don't have to be out there cutting my knuckles on a wrench or changing the gears and doing all that. I can go out there and do a little bit of everything. I can be a comedian, comic relief. I can get the guys lunch. I can, and then turn around and tell them, look, we do our jobs tonight. It's on. We're going to make some big money.
Yeah, for
We're going to
sure.
be sitting out there with a check, So it's a unique situation, and I cherish every moment of it until it ends.
All right. Well, last minute of the segment. Any shout outs for any of the other sponsors? Yeah,
obviously we have Cornet Power, Bill Steinschacks. I mean, they've been a great partner. Justin Labonte, the whole Longhorn family. I don't know what else I do. I said we really put this package together with New Point Lighting and everybody that does this thing. Baker Mitchell, and obviously Mega Plum and Donald and Gina and their entire family, all their workers. I couldn't do it without them. So we're very excited. I think the future is looking really good for us, and we just got to keep on it.
All right, we'll roger that. And thanks so much, Tim. And obviously looking forward to next year.
Yes, and obviously Racing for Heroes, we appreciate everything you guys do for us. It's such an awesome cause and everything you do that I'm truly honored to be a part of it. And I hope I represent you guys the way you want to be represented.
Absolutely. And hopefully you'll have a chance to come down to the shop sometime soon. We have some events coming up that might be of interest, but I'll catch up with you offline.
No problem, man. Thank you for having me.
All right, brother. All right, thanks so much. And ladies and gentlemen, that was Tim McCreadie, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series champion for 2021. So thanks again, Tim. And with that, Tim was talking about being the comedian. And who do we have coming up? But our very own Danny Miller, owner and founder of Heckler Brewery down in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And he is also in the U.S. Army as an active duty soldier in his sort of day job, 24/7 job. So Danny, how are you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I don't know if you caught some of Tim. He was saying he was like the head comedian for his race team. And I was like, boy, like how appropriate that we have the Danny Miller on the show today.
Yeah, we are looking for stand-up in the tap room. So if you ever wants to come down here, we'd love to have him.
So yeah, because how is the tap room going though? I mean, in general, well, or?
Yeah, it's really good. I'm trying to remember last time what we talked on the radio, but since we've been open, everything's been great. I'm getting a lot of customers, and we're already actually looking at expanding. So
oh wow,
good.
What's next then?
we're looking at a tap room that's maybe 3 or 4 times the size. We want to stay where we are on our side of town because it's a good area. And we also want to expand the brewing capacity so we can continue with the distribution and just grow. Ideally, too, I want to get another location up at VIR next to the RFH headquarters.
In
and then
Virginia.
we can kind of be like in Virginia, which would make it easier for us to kind of get beer into that state because of all the fun laws out there. Thank you, IRS and TTV. And then, and then, it'd be awesome to kind of say we are the, proud producer for VIR, for the track, or for RFH. We've got a lot of fun ideas that we can do bespoke beers like, burned engine oil stout because of how dark it is, or we can do,
that's awesome.
Things like that.
No, that would be like perfect. That would be perfect. What would you have for a lager? What would a lager be?
I don't know. It's refined, so maybe like the Oak Tree Lager.
That's right. That is much more refined. So now, and because you're not doing the Judean Hammer though for coming up for the Maccabees, right?
Say again?
You're not doing the Judean Hammer line for Hanukkah coming up either, right?
No, I think it's already copyrighted.
Oh, someone's already got that. That's too bad. That's too bad.
Yeah.
But listen, you're going to be the sponsor for Charity Laps coming up. We're super excited about that.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to take credit for being like the principal sponsor for the whole event, but yeah, we are sponsoring the pace cars. So I think we'll have 1 or 2 of our cars up there with some of our drivers. Those would be considered the Heckler pace cars. So they'll be kind of thrown into the mix. And then what we're also trying to do to raise extra for RFH is sell ride along. So you can either ride along in the pace car during the pace lap, and we kind of give you a track tour, or you ride along in the pace car and we fit in between the pace laps and then do, a safe but full send lap. So you can actually experience a quick speed on the track. And then again, all the extra funds that we raise from those laps are going to go towards what we donate to RFH.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, we're totally looking forward to that. And that comes up on December 11th for anyone who's interested out there. And laps start at $20 a piece, and line forms to the right. All right. And Danny, now are you going to be in the pace car, or is it going to be Adam, or like what are we doing?
Yeah, I'll be in one of the pace cars. I definitely want to get Adam into it just because it's fun to watch him drive. He's a little bit too skilled for all of us. And then, like you've met in the past, I think Brendan will be in the mix with his M4. So
I got to drive in that. That was fast. I think we hit like 130 or something crazy hitting the top of the hill. And this year it's actually full course, so it's even better than last year.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the full course track. You'll get like both straightaways, and the full length back straight is a lot of fun. I think it's about 5,000 feet.
Gotcha.
And then that goes right into that roller coaster element. We have that blind left-hander immediately into a right-hander, immediately into a sweeping left. It's just a fun thing to drive.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I'm looking for. Well, we also have the Patriot course not this weekend we're going into, but the coming weekend on for the Jamboree, which will be off-road and on-road experience. So pretty exciting and on track.
So I'll actually have something for you, Brett.
I
recently traded in for a BMW M550, which is what I'm going to use for one of the pace cars.
Nice.
And it's basically a boat, so you'll feel at home on track.
I had the experience of driving my 4Runner on last Charity laps, but I got like those mud tires, so like I was just like going impossibly slow, and I held up this poor Lamborghini, got stuck behind me for like half the track until I just kind of pulled over so he could pass me. I was like embarrassingly holding up this Lamborghini. So anything that'll be faster than my 4Runner, I think would be all right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Hey, so now it's Heckler Brewery, right? And that's because you like comedy, right?
Yes. That and the story we always tell is my wife and I are hecklers. We like to mess with people. We like to joke around, all in good fun. When we were looking for a name, it kind of just popped up, and we both jumped on it. We liked it, started the branding, and then that's what we went with. And strategically, I really like the fact that we went with Heckler because we now don't have to be as serious as I think other businesses
Good point.
need to be. So when it comes to professionalism, we still need to be professional, but any kind of little incident that happens, we can kind of pass it off like, hey, we're Heckler Brewing Company. What do you expect? Did you think we were going to be serious about this? No.
Yeah, right. No, I like that though. I think that's important. And, you know, and you do have the tasting room. What's the address for that, by the way, in case anyone's interested in stopping by?
Oh, thanks for the plug.
Yeah,
It's 5780 Ramsey Street. There's also the fun thing called Google. You just Google Heckler Brewing Company. But
well,
yeah,
right now
off
there's
the
only
main
one.
road. Yeah, true. Thank you. But it's right next to Methodist University. So for anyone in the Fort Bragg area, we're directly to the left of Methodist University's main campus on Ramsey Street.
Gotcha. Do you get a lot of students from Methodist coming over after? They just don't talk about
We
it?
do. Well, no, I think they're allowed to. I don't
Oh.
think anything says that they can't drink, but I do know that the campus is dry, which may or may not have played a part in why we chose that location. So
That's strategic. That's strategery right there.
oh yeah. We also did actually get an opportunity to donate a bunch of silent auction items to them.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So yeah, we do support them, and I think there's a lot of mutual respect between the two of us.
All right. Well, and I think we talked about this over text, but I wanted to tell a joke that we can tell on the radio, and I would like to point out again, we are in line with FCC guidelines here, so I'll start with that.
Great.
All right.
Great.
So,
Here it comes, everyone. Watch out.
all right. Well, I got a joke first. So it's an Air Force joke. How many pilots does it take to change a light bulb?
What kind of aircraft are they flying? I don't know. You got to give me.
He's
more
a
details
pilot.
here.
He's just a pilot. How many pilots take to change a light bulb?
How many, Brett? How many?
Just one. He holds the light bulb, and the world revolves around him. Come on, that was pretty good.
It was, and also I'll kind of put it out there. I'm a new father. I just had my daughter born 6 weeks ago,
Oh,
so I
congratulations.
definitely appreciate. I finally understand dad jokes now. So good one, Brett.
I know that's pretty corny. All right, I got another. Ready? Have you? Did you hear that you have to be 6 feet tall to join the Coast Guard now, Danny?
No, why?
Well, that way, if your boat sinks, you can walk ashore. That's for Joe Scarborough. I think he's over 6 foot.
Oh yeah, that's a good point with Joe. Who else is on your side? Isn't Darren on your side on that one?
Danny. Well, yeah, Darren's Navy. He served on the oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank here. The mighty Ramage destroyer out of Norfolk, and my wife's cousin was actually on that ship at the same time Darren was, and Darren was like a electronics tech. He was fire controlman, but like he worked on electronics for combat systems type stuff. So, which is why I think he's very serious and very focused on things.
Yeah.
All right. Do you got any jokes though? This is your big chance. It's over the air, man.
It's got to be. I need to heckle the comedian, so you got to fire somewhere out. I'm just going to mess with your jokes.
Oh, okay.
I can't. I'm not original enough to be the stand-up.
I got you. All right. Well, how do you know there's a Navy SEAL at a bar?
How?
They'll tell you. No, that's a tough
It's
one.
good. I don't know if my laughing comes across on the. Yeah, no, I'm just not laughing. It's just not that funny.
Oh man, that's tough. Because I'm just trying to think, and I'm hopefully Jimmy Sprecher will send us a joke here over text. But no, I mean, in all seriousness though, I don't even know any Army jokes. I'm just trying to. I'm like.
So I had one that's probably multi-branch. It's just I'll just kind of start it. You'll relate to it in two ways. One, you were an officer in the Navy, right? And then it has to do with a parrot. So I think sailors do have parrots.
Uh-huh.
A thing too. So anyway, someone goes into a pet shop and then they look at these parrots. One of them is $5,000, and I didn't know this. Parrots are pretty expensive. So anyway, one's $5,000, one's $6,000,
Yeah.
and then one of them is $30,000.
Okay.
And they're like, why is that one so expensive? Like, in what way is that $30,000 parrot worth $30,000? So the pet owner said, I'm not really sure, but the other two just keep calling him the commander.
That's pretty tough. I will tell you a quick parrot story before we go into our last minute here, though, Danny. So as you might know, parrots last for like 30, 40, 50 years. And the USS
Right.
Spartanburg County, which was a sister ship of Harlan County, which I was on, was a tank landing ship, was built in the late 60s. That ship had a parrot for like 20 years as in the wardroom. And it was like this mean parrot that would say things that you cannot say on radio to people as they would walk into the wardroom on the ship. And they were trying to give this stupid parrot away at the end of like the ship was getting decommissioned. And they were like trying to get rid of this poor parrot. And like, it was just like this horrible situation where, I think the real lesson learned here is just pick your mascots well, because, they don't always last long. That's why I like the Marines at least have that dog. I think they have like Chesty Puller number like 50 or something like that at this point.
Yeah.
Well, great. And
they should have sent them to us. We would take them.
That's right. That's right. And Danny, we are going last 30 seconds here. What's the website if people want to check you guys out?
We're at www.hecklerbeer.com, or you can find us on all the different social media applications.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, listen, Danny, thank you for everything you do. We are totally looking forward to the coming week. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the last 30 seconds of the show. Please check out Racing for Heroes, www.racingforheroes.org. This weekend coming up is going to be the Jamboree, and then 2 weeks later will be Charity Laps on December 11th, which Heckler Brewery will be there for us. So, all right, thanks everyone, and talk to you in 2 weeks. All right, take care. Bye now.